Hello and welcome to another What Sold on eBay video. I'm your host, Chris, the Thrift Shop Hustler. We're going to go over the top 10 things sold in the month of June. We had an amazing month. We actually had our best month on eBay. We sold over $25,000 worth of merchandise, and all that money goes to charity, the American Cancer Society. So I want to just extend a huge shout out to the staff at ACS, all of our listers and everyone. They did an amazing job. I only have 4 out of the 10 in this top 10. There's actually going to be top 11, so if you appreciate that extra one, definitely go down there and click that like button. And like I said, everyone was firing on all cylinders today. There's a really amazing item for number 1. It went for $4,000, so I'm going to give you a little bit of a tip, but you definitely want to watch all the way to the end and see all these amazing bolos and all these amazing things that have been sold. If you're new to the channel, go down there, click the subscribe button, click the bell for notifications so you get notified anytime a helpful video comes out. And like I said, without further ado, let's get into it. Like I said, huge shout out to everyone who was firing on all cylinders this month. We had an amazing month, so thank you everyone for doing that. First up, we have this Fire and Light Citrus Lily Platter. Huge shout out to Deb and Eureka. This was an amazing find. She's been finding these Fire and Light glass items and has been selling these like hotcakes. And I talked to her a little bit about this because I've been getting into glass. And by the way, if you're not getting into glass, you better start looking at glass because it is one of the last few things that is out there that people know about. You can go to a Goodwill, you can go to any thrift shop, and some people might not know their glass. And especially this Fire and Light. From what Deb told me, is these come out of actual Eureka, the town that this thrift shop's in. So she knows what these are. They're not even marked. That's the crazy part. These aren't marked. They just know what they are because of the style and the location that they came in. So this is a huge thing. You know, if you saw this at a Goodwill or in a garage sale and it had no markings, you'd probably pass it up unless you like it, you know, the way it looks or something like that. So I would say look out for Fire and Light. I doubt you're ever going to find this stuff unless you're around Eureka, California, which is kind of up north in the California region. And it's just something to look out for. And like I said, there's no distinguishable marks that I could see other than it has this kind of ripply, all of them that I've seen have this ripply kind of you know, glass look to them. So if you see any of that kind of stuff, I mean, they did a lot of ripply kind of stuff like this in the 70s. So, you know, I doubt that you're ever going to come across this particular brand, but if you do, there's a crazy thing. This sold for a total of $377. So definitely a great sale, and a huge shout out to Deb, who has been doing an amazing job there in Eureka, California. Next up, we have this Salad Master Smokeless Broiler. Another sale from Deb in Eureka. As we can see here, this is a USA Indoor Barbecue. As you see, it has all its little paperwork and its stuff, and it's pretty clean. Was this a brand new one? This is an open box. So I'm assuming this is brand new. It looks actually pretty brand new to me. So open box, brand new. Salad Master, I've never heard of this brand before, but is a bolo brand for everyone out there. Bolo alert. Definitely look out for this. We've sold a bunch of these. Deb listed a bunch. I don't know if she got a warehouse collection in or just a chef that just had this stuff, but these things have been selling like hotcakes. So definitely look out for Salad Master. This sold for a total of $381. So definitely look out for Salad Master. Next up, we have this 14 karat Lapis gold bangle. This was from our jewelry event. We're still selling some of the jewelry stuff. And by the way, if you go to our site, the link is going to be down below. If you see some piece of jewelry you like, let me know, send me an offer, and we'll, if it's reasonable, we'll accept it. So I'll leave a link below. This was a Lapis in gold, 14 karat. With the price of gold going up, and who knows, you know, where it's going to end up. I've been watching videos saying gold's going to go to 10,000 and all these crazy numbers, but who really knows? Gold's a weird market. Gold is very scarce, so this is not financial advice, but if you're into kind of saving and diversifying your portfolio, I definitely highly suggest everyone buy a little bit of gold or hold a little bit of gold, buy and hold a little bit of silver. You know, maybe 5 or 10% of your portfolio should be in metals, in my opinion. And so, you know, this has got Lapis in it. It's not a solid gold piece, but it was a really cool piece. And we had this as high as $700. We had a lot of, you know, low ball offers on this particular piece because for the most part it's Lapis. It's not all gold, so it's kind of hard to see how much gold content is in here. Unfortunately, nowadays a majority of the jewelry buyers are in for the precious metals, not as like a style. I would say, I would even be willing to guess that 80 to 90% of the people that buy jewelry are in it just for the metal content and not, you know, for the aesthetic kind of look, visual, you know, stylized look of it, especially if it's precious metals like silver or gold. Anyways, this sold for a total of $383. Really cool sale. This was one of my first sales here on this particular video. Next up, we have this Kitchen Craft cookware. As we can see here, this one is item says, I think this was actually Jake. Yeah, Jake in San Jose. Huge shout out to Jake and Wendy in San Jose, California. They've been doing some eBay listings and doing a great job. So huge shout out to them. Cookware, you know, does very well in certain brands. So if you're at a garage sale and someone's selling, usually some of this stuff, it will even come boxed up and they're easy to look up. But usually kind of like the heavier stuff, the heavier pans is a good indicator of quality. And if anyone's been into cooking, you know like what a really good quality pan is just by holding it and looking at it. And this was an amazing 6-piece set. This sold for $423. So huge shout out to Jake in San Jose. I got almost literally had a brain fart. Like my brain just bubbled up and farted right now. Next up, we have this Christian Dior leather green ostrich print. These are knee-high boots, ostrich print. You can tell by ostrich print. I don't think I can zoom into these photos. They have those kind of little nubs on there, those kind of little hobnails. That's how you can usually tell if it's ostrich. Though there's faux ostrich, so you gotta know what you're looking at there. This is the first sale from Pleasanton, California. Huge shout out to Julie and Callie out there in Pleasanton, California. This is a great sale, spectacular sale for these awesome boots. These sold for a total of $519. Like I said, amazing sale. A pretty interesting pair of boots, very unique. I mean, they had some wear on the bottom even, and you know, these still sold for a good amount of money. Christian Dior, not everything Dior is going to be worth a ton of money, but something like this, especially something as unique. And you know, legitimate ostrich skin is leather is very desirable, just like kind of like crocodile and alligator and stuff like that. It's up in there. I would say ostrich is even more desirable in the fashion industry right now. It's on trend, I guess you would say, as the kids would say. Next up, we have this Pawn Shop Sterling Silver. This is a turquoise squash blossom. A really nice piece. If you ever see these kind of necklaces out in the wild and the price is right, definitely pick them up. I don't think we've ever sold one lower than $250, and some of them go for thousands of dollars, especially if they're marked by an artisan. And there's a whole Native American thing about posting on eBay. One of the rules is basically, if you're going to say Native American or post it in the Native American category, you have to have the artisan's name and their tribal affiliation. So if they're Navajo, and you need to put Navajo in the item specifics, and you need to put the artisan's name for eBay to accept these kind of listings. You can't put Navajo and then put Native American and list it without that information, or else you're going to get flagged. This particular squash blossom could have probably went for more. Unfortunately, and I looked at this piece up and down, I couldn't find any information on this particular name right here. Now, I don't know if this was the name of the artist or if this was the name of the owner. You know, they scratched their name in there and all this kind of information. As I could see here, I did put it in there. I did put that information. I couldn't find anything. I did extensive research on this. We did take a best offer, and we sold this thing for a total of $673. This was an amazing piece. Huge shout out to Randy, who let me dig through her jewelry. in Sherman Oaks. So huge shout out to her. I did find this under a bunch of stuff. And like I said, this was an amazing treasure. I knew when I saw it that we were into something really good, as we could see here. These things are always appreciated in value, especially if you can find the ones that are known artists. There's literally ones that go for $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, $10,000 a pop of these things if they're specific artists that made these. So definitely look out for these. I love this. I love Native American jewelry. It's like one of my favorite things to look at. Next up, we have this Louis Vuitton Speedy Brown two-way handbag. This is a monogram, as we can see here, with the monogrammy stuff, as we can see here. Another great sale from Deb and Eureka. She got in a large collection of authentic purses, and these things are just amazing quality. This sold for a total of $881. This was a great sale. We had an amazing month this month. We had the best month we've ever had, and so huge shout out to everyone who's been doing such an amazing job. Everyone's been doing great. Next up is one of my favorite pieces that I listed from Burbank. This Fender American-made Stratocaster from 1977. Now, I learned so much researching this thing, and as a matter of fact, everything is all about those serial numbers, and I'm going to do a Patreon video on that really soon in this month. And so, if you ever come across these, you'll know basically what to look out for. This is an old one from the 70s, as you can see here. We had people calling the shop as soon as I listed this, wanting to buy it cash in hand. And unfortunately for me, well, not unfortunately for me, unfortunately for them, I know my stuff as far as negotiating. And if someone calls you and offers you cash and has like a very I have to have this stuff, you know you have something that's good. I was offered $600, $700, and I declined, saying, it's up for bidding. Go ahead and bid it and see where it goes. Unfortunately, the person that bought it the first time around didn't pay. I think it was like $1,200 and something, or $1,100 and something the first time. By the way, let me give you another pro tip. This is a Thrift Shop Hustler pro tip. If you ever go get something appraised, or you have someone that sees something that you have and they're like, oh my God, I'll give you $500 for this right now on the spot. In your head, think that it's worth $1,000. So whatever someone offers you, always think double. So if someone's like, oh my God, I have to have that watch, will you take $200 for it? Know that it's probably worth $400 or more. It could be worth more, but in the back of my head, if someone gets excited. And another pro tip, I'm going to give you guys another pro tip. If you ever go to a garage sale and you see something that's super valuable, or you see something that's like extremely valuable, or something that you must have, do not show any emotion. If you show emotion, the seller is going to pick up on that, and they're going to take. There's been times that someone has withheld something from me because I opened my mouth when I shouldn't have. I learned my lesson. This was many years ago. I talked about the Star Wars figure thing before, and like I said, don't show an emotion. And as a matter of fact, here's a third pro tip: don't get emotionally attached to something if you don't get it. So let's say you go to a garage sale, you see this guitar, they want, I don't know, $200 for it. It's worth $1,400. You get all excited, or maybe say you don't get excited. Let's say you said, okay, let me buy this, and someone's son comes out of their house and's like, oh, Mom, why are you selling that? Like, that was Dad's, and I would rather keep that. Like, don't get emotional, because it's not your thing. Move on. There's other treasures out there. There's lots of treasures out there. So don't get emotionally attached to stuff that you're going to buy, because it'll just eat you away for many years to come. I still think about stuff that I missed out on years later, and that's a whole other video in itself about the mental aspect of this. And if you want to see a video maybe about the mental strategies, God, I have like 30 plus years of experience with negotiating and just everything. So if you guys want to see a video on the mental game of this, because I don't think the mental stuff is really talked too much about on YouTube, and maybe I'm just not watching videos because I really don't watch YouTube videos about reselling too often. But maybe there is people do a bunch of videos on the whole mental strategies and stuff that you could be utilizing in your business. And I think I ranted too much about this. Did I rant too much about this? I think you did. You guys left the comments below before when I do my little rants that you guys actually love it. So I guess it's okay. This sold for, oh my goodness, I have my numbers all crazy here. $1,300. So this sold for a total of $1,300. Like I said, it was a really, really good sale. As a matter of fact, eBay's got me all screwed up here with my tabs because, I don't know, eBay decided they were going to change the way they display the sales and things like that in the seller hub. So I had to go and do research. So thank you, eBay. Always making our lives a little harder. But that's all right. We all pivot, right? And then we get better because we don't let that stuff get to us. Next up, another great sale. Was this the same? Wait, is this the same damn thing? Hold on a second. Hold on. No, it's not. I was like, wait a minute. I'm having deja vu here. It's like, isn't the purse like have a smiley face? Look at this thing. It's like a charcoal smiley face thing. That's hilarious. It was like, it's what do they call it? Anthropomorphic. Anthropomorphic. I always have a hard time saying that word, and if anyone knows what I'm talking about, it's like when an inanimate object has human characteristics. It's called like anthropomorphic or something like that. Anyways, this thing's smiling at you, and it's smiling all the way to the bank because this sold for a total of $1,300 too, just like the other, like the guitar. Like I said, everyone was fired on all cylinders today. Or this month. And like I said, this is a really good sale. Deb has been killing it out there in Eureka. Huge shout out to Deb. Hopefully we can continue this amazing streak. And like I said, everyone's doing a great job. Next up, we have this Contax Carl Zeiss. This is a camera lot. You know, sometimes you get these rare cameras that are worth a ton of money. And I've told you before in the past about Carl Zeiss lenses. Now, get ready for this one. Buckle in, buckle up, folks, because you're going to have the bolo of the year. Any Carl Zeiss lens is worth money. There is no Carl Zeiss lens that is worthless. There's a lot of worthless Polaroids. There's a lot of worthless Pentax. There's a lot of worthless Canon lenses. There is zero worthless Carl Zeiss lenses. It is the cream of the crop. It rises to the top. Carl Zeiss lenses. That's enough. I'm just going to say enough about that. Anyways, this sold for a total of $1,200. $1,198. We'll round up $2. You won't care, right? No, you won't. $1,200. It was basically this whole package of stuff that sold. Like I said, Deb just did an amazing job. Everyone actually did an amazing job this month. Now, you guys ready? You guys ready for the #1 item sold for the month of July 2020 during the craziness that's going on out there, during the plague? Here it is, our #1 item. A vintage Hewer, and I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, $4,000 watch in this horrible condition. Look at this thing. This thing is from either the late 40s or the early 50s. It is beat to hell. Now it's not cracked or anything. And huge shout out to Julie and Kelly. This is probably one of the. This is the most, to my knowledge, the most expensive thing we've sold so far. I know we're going to find a $1 million painting at some point. I talked to everyone about that. We're going to find a $1 million painting one day, and I'll let you guys know when that happens for sure. But so far, this is the highest thing that I've seen sold, $4,000. We did take a best offer because this was actually listed as an auction, and a customer said, hey, I'll buy this off you straight up, $4,000. Julie took the offer. I did my own research. Everyone, it's a win-win for everyone. The buyer got a good deal. We got a fair deal. This whole thing was amazing. I think these things in really good condition maybe go for $6,000, and that's like almost like brand new. This was a great sale. And by the way, Hewer, I think that's how you say it, is a bolo. There is no, just like a Rolex, there is no Hewers that are like cheap and not worth much. I'm pretty sure there's fakes. Every watch company that's got high-end stuff. By the way, I did a video that literally took me a day to do and literally got less than 100 views. I'm going to put a link above and below on Panerai watches. If you want to go and look at that, definitely go and look at that. This is why I don't make videos like this anymore, because they never get views. So anyways, this is a great sale. Huge shout out to Pleasanton. We did over $25,000 in the month of July. I can't wait to do even better in the future. Everyone is doing such an amazing job, and I really want to thank the viewers. If you appreciate these videos, go down there, click the like button. If you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Go down there, click the subscribe button, click the bell for notifications. You never know what kind of stuff you're going to learn, because with me, the more you learn, the more you earn. I'm Chris, the Thrift Shop Hustler. We'll see you next time. Take care.